Olori Ronke in tears as Ooni of Ife left her kneeling down and zoom off to be with Queen Naomi and Prince Tadenikawo. My people, wonder shall never end. Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. I greet you according to your time and the time you are seeing this video. I also appreciate you for being here, for always being part of my channel. Thank you so much. My God will bless you and support everything that you do. So guys, we are still on the gist from the palace of Ooni of Ife. Please, if you have not subscribed to my channel, please subscribe, okay? And turn on the notification bell, and please always give my video a thumbs up and tell me what you think about my videos in the comment section. At least it will help us, okay? Now, information reaching us allegedly is that Ronke, we do know that Ronke and Ooni of Ife have been having gbasgbos recently, allegedly. Don't forget that we do not live in the palace. But from what we are hearing, Ooni have just realized Ronke's mission in his palace, and ever since then, it has been from one problem to the other. As a matter of fact, the king have made it clear that he's no longer interested in the marriage. But the family of Ronke will not stop Ronke from, insisting that the marriage must continue. Based on the ground the marriage take place at first, because stories have it that the reason why Ooni of Ife married Ronke is not because he loves Ronke or he wanted to marry Ronke. And it's not even because Ronke loved the king. They said there was no love. If you remember one of Ronke's interview, he said it was culture who brought her and the king together. And you do know that in a marriage where there is no atom of love, there will always be problems, So, according to the news, they said the reason why Ooni of Ife got married to Ronke was because Ronke's family happens to be one of the ruling families who have been ruling the Ile-Ife kingdom for a very long time, even when it is not their turn. Now that it was Ooni of Ife's turn, their family's turn to take over, the family of Ronke also insisted that they must continue. They are born to rule, while others are born to watch them or be under them. Now, when the fight was so fierce, they said governments were involved, a lot of people were involved. They now had an agreement that if Ooni must take over, that he must marry a bride from their own lineage. Not knowing that it's not all about marrying a bride, it's about planting a bride from their own lineage to Ooni of Ife's family. And that is why Ronke was there. If not, how did she explain the process of taking away the protective charm? They have their aim, but God is bigger than all of them. And this has been bringing so much troubles between Ooni of Ife and Ronke ever since Ooni noticed. For Ronke, she knows her reason for being in the palace, and she has been working towards achieving that. But for the fact that God is in control, their aim will not be achieved, because I know that their aim is not a good one. Because for you to insist that someone must take a member of your family into his own family just because, and because he's a peacemaker, because I believe he's a peacemaker. If not, he will say no and stand by the no. Although, they said after the agreement, the king did not marry Ronke immediately. Because if you remember, you find out that the king had married Wurola, it did not work. Married Queen Naomi. Marry the first wife self before Wurola, it did not work. Marry Wurola, marry Queen Naomi, even marry all of these other wives. This Ronke is about the the fifth one among this last set that he married. That is to tell you that he wasn't interested in marrying Ronke, but because of agreement and the family was pushing Ronke towards him, that was how Ronke ended up marrying the king. Now, with all the gbasgbos going on, Ronke was feeling so bad. Of course, she's a woman. She's supposed to, when it was getting to her, she was kind of trying to, according to the information, she said allegedly that if not for the pressure from her family, she would have left this marriage and enjoy her life. But she's a scapegoat because the family is using her to achieve their aim, So, on one of the occasions, they said she went to the king and kneeled down to beg the king that they should let everything be bygone. That from this time henceforth, that she is going to be supporting the king instead of her family that sent her there for a mission. That she was kind of deceived. That now she is the one bearing the whole consequences because the family does not care if she's happy or not, you know, and that she is ready to stand by the king and do as the king wants. And that is the best thing for her to do if she still wants to be in this marriage. But at this point, I believe that Ooni of Ife's mind is no more with Ronke. Because that's why he have insisted that the marriage will not continue. But because the family of Ronke have been fighting that it must continue, and he doesn't want to fight a woman, he decided to be on a low key just to allow them do whatever they want to do. But that love and affection that a husband is supposed to give to a wife, I'm sure Ronke is not getting them now. And that is why she have come to kneel and beg the king so that they will make up and start from where they stop and start with a new story and all of that. But they say while she was still kneeling down, begging the king, a call came in for the king. And behold, it was Queen Naomi. And they say earlier before Ronke came, the king have called Queen Naomi that he's coming down to Akure to have lunch with her and the Prince Tadenikawo. And maybe Queen Naomi have finished preparing the meal at that point that she called the king. And they said once the call enters, the king did not even listen to Ronke, who was there lamenting and begging. They said he just got up from his seat. Ronke was still kneeling down there because Nano say normally they used to kneel down to talk to their king. It's one of their culture that I love so much. So while she was still there, they said the king stood up and left her there and enter his car with some guards. He zoom off to Akure. Hey, the Ronke could not hold it. As in, it was so heartbreaking to her that she started crying. They say she started. If you can see, that she's bittered with her level of cry. She cried and cried and cried and cried. But who is to come and console her? The king is not even there to look at her or to watch. Even if he's there, he will just get up and go. Because when you push a man to the wall, what do you expect him to do? He can only fight back. And because he cannot beat Ronke, I believe his own little way of fighting back is by ignoring them at times like this. Anyway, guys, don't forget that these are all alleged information. Okay, I do not live in the palace. Always bear that in mind. What do you think about this one? Share with us on the comment section, and please give my video a thumbs up and subscribe if you are yet to subscribe. Love you guys. Bye for now.